Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. Today is my April wrap-up. Okay, welcome back guys. Welcome new subscribers. Thanks to all of you for your continued support. Whether you're here for books or crafting, I appreciate it so much. So, we're on to my April wrap-up. I got 4 books read and pretty much enjoyed every single one of them this month, or this last month. So, let's get started. The very first book we have here is How to Be a Wildflower by Katie Daisy. I first got this book because I saw Carrie over at the Paper Monkey, and she was repurposing this book and using pages and stuff out of it, and I really liked it. I loved the brilliance in the art and just the text and everything in here. This is actually a field guide, so you get to learn, about flowers or the galaxy or just kind of stuff, and then just giving little hints, like this wander. And I mean, there's just so many great pictures and stuff in here. And when I received the book, I didn't have the heart for me to just repurpose it. I wanted it, so I ordered another copy of it that was not in very good condition, and that'll be the one that I repurposed, because both of these came from a used bookstore online. So yeah, it's just beautiful, everything. It just makes you feel happy and just makes you feel good. And I'm just really glad that I saw this on Carrie's channel and got a copy of my own. I gave that 5 stars. The next book we got here is Nowhere But Here, and this is by Katie McGarry. This is book number 1 in the Thunder Road series. And in this book, we're following Emily, who's grown up happy with her mom and her stepdad, and she would see her dad once a year and never felt that connection there. Her dad is part of a motorcycle gang, but they're kind of the heroes, and they help protect people. They, help ride people from place to place who have deliveries and such. Well, they went through one territory, and that motorcycle gang is really ticked off and becomes very threatening. Emily ends up going to visit the area where her dad lives in, because her grandmother apparently had died. And she was going there. She finds herself staying there for a while. She meets Oz. Romance starts to fire up between them. And I don't want to tell you anything else because I don't want to give anything away, even though everybody who probably reads Katie McGarry has read this book. But I ended up rating this book 4 stars. The next book we got here is Reign of the Ghosts, and this is by Greg Weisman. I believe this is like a middle grade book. It read kind of like a middle grade book, but in this book, we are following Rain, and they live on the Prospero Islands. And it's kind of just a very secret place where they don't get outsiders in there and such. And Rain is very close to her grandfather, and her grandfather, knowing probably that he wasn't going to be around much longer, gave her an armband of 2 snakes. And this gave her the gift of seeing people who had died. And soon after she receives this armband, she loses her grandfather, but she gains this armband full of magic and just many adventures in this book. And it was actually a very good story. This was another one that I rated 4 stars. The last book that I picked up was Forever Never by Lucy Score. I actually just finished this one, and I really enjoyed the story. Now, just as a warning, there are sexy times in here, and I feel like a lot of us can just do without that, but the storyline itself was fantastic. So we're following Remy, and Remy grew up on the Mackinac Island. I think it's Mackinac. And she had this huge crush on a boy named Brick. But Brick was a lot older than Remy was at the time, and he would never let any kind of feelings go when it came to Remy because, for one, Remy's mom was, you know, I think at that time maybe the sergeant of the police department, and he just didn't, she was untouchable to him. She felt like she wasn't good enough. She eventually moved away from Mackinac Island, and she started painting under an alias of Alessandra Ballard. And she became a very well-known artist. She met a friend, Camille, and one night there was an accident, and they were put in grave danger from that accident. Remy managed to save Camille from the accident, pulled her from the car, but I don't know how much to tell you. I'm not going to tell you anything else about that. So anyway, Remy goes back to Mackinac Island. She's got a cast, and Brick, you know, he was always her protector all through her life. And now he goes into protection mode again, is trying to get the story out of her, what happened, why are you in a cast, why are you back, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell you any more details of the story because I think that would just ruin it, but it really had a great story. And you definitely fall in love with Brick and with Remy and their relationship and how it grows. And I really liked that part. I could just do without the sexy times, but it was a fantastic story, so just keep that in mind about the sexy times before you decide to pick it up. The book flowed really, really well. I absolutely loved how the book flowed, and I loved the characters. There was a lot of great characters in this story to love, and there will be a review of this book also. But yeah, I gave this one 4 stars as well. Really enjoyed it, and I will probably read more from Lucy Score. So those are the 4 books that I read in the month of April. Enjoyed every one of them. I love when I have months like that. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books, or let me know what you read last month. We can chat about it. Thanks guys for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.